The real world starts as soon as you're out of the education system is the title of this today's video. And some of you guys might disagree with this. Some of you guys might agree with this. Some of you guys might disagree with this. Hence, you click on this video today. And just a little bit of backstory of who I am. My name is Romeo. If you guys are new here, my name is Romeo, aka ROMZ on the YouTube. I'm just trying to make sure I can bring entertainment and value, but today is going to be pretty much a value type of video. And I'm only 20, guys. I'm only 20, and I should be in uni, guys. I should be uni. I should be still in education. I should still be getting, basically indoctrinated by the system. I should be learning. I should be doing that shit. But at the end of the day, I'm not in the education system. And I want to tell you guys as well, like, because some of you guys that watch this, I've seen like the audience ages ranges. It's like around my age and a little bit older, like mid to early to mid 20s, late 20s, basically around there. That's specifically the type of demographic I'm attracted for these people around that age, and maybe some a bit younger as well. But I want to tell you this is that the real world does not start until you're out of the education system. And listen, uni has its flaws, uni has its positives and negatives, and I'm not going to say uni is a scam because it's not a scam, because I used to think it was a scam, but in reality it's not a scam because it depends on what type of thing it is, because it's not like no one's forcing you to go uni. I mean, people do convince you to go uni, but no one's actually physically forcing you. And B, you can actually leverage it, with a social life and actually a good course that can actually get you there. As I said, being a lawyer, doctor, engineer, you can get jobs out of that shit as well. So uni is not entirely useless, but I want to say is that people who are in the education system, they've not experienced the real world properly. And I want to say how it is because, like, in education, in uni, it's so easy. You're in a comfort blanket. You're at a time where you do have to take yourself a little bit seriously, but not to the extent where people, you can get ludicrous for it, or you can get attacked for it, because you're still in that bubble where you're trying to figure stuff out. You're young. You want to go out party. You want to go doing those type of habits and shit like that. And maybe you might get peer pressure to do some mad shit. You know what I mean? But as I said, like. And you have a group around of people and a group around an organization where they can help you figure out what type of what yourself is a little bit. You have what do you call it? Like you have there's like a area where you can they help you with the careers. Like I know how in college like careers, the career person that can actually help you excel for uni or apprenticeship, whatever it is. I'm sure they have in uni as well where they have a career person that can help you find a job, or they can help you find somewhere you want to go to my masters, or anything that you want to do to excel after uni, or give you advice basically. So you have that platform there. And, once you're out of the education system, that I'm telling you right now, once I hit 18 and then I decided I didn't want to go to uni or anything like that, and I wanted to start working, that's when everything for me has just gone into a madness. Because when you just start working, people are not going to take you seriously anymore. I'm telling you right now, people are not going to take you seriously. People are going to look at you thinking, well, he's just a person that's got a uni, shit like that. Or I was even in uni. So the fact that I was even 18 and I didn't even go to uni is even crazy to me. And even worse as well, because as I said, you can vent to someone else because you can cry about your problems in uni, you can cry about this happening to you, this happening to you. But once out of the uni system, no one will care. And I talked about in my last ROMZ talks where no one cares about your feelings. No one cares about you. No one really cares about you. You have to help yourself. You have to provide yourself. You've got to provide for others as well. And in reality, if you can't provide for yourself, you can't help yourself, then what good do you have in this world, in this earth? I'm gonna be honest, you have to provide for yourself. You have to be sustainable for yourself, whatever it is. Could be being a millionaire, whatever it is, or even down to just be stable, whatever type of shit it is in general. I want to say is that the world will just start, and it's just in work and shit like that, because once you start working with uni, I mean in the education system, you get like breaks and stuff like that. You can go off for 2-week break, go off and maybe go on a holiday, maybe go back to your home city or whatever it is. But I'm telling you, once you're at a job, you don't get those breaks. You have to have 30 days, or no, actually not 30 days. You have 28 days in a year of annual leave and shit like that, including bank holidays, of course. And that's all it is. That's all it is. That's pretty much it. And some of these people be thinking, oh yeah, that's long. I'm too used to having 2-3 weeks off by no command, because yeah, it's Christmas, guys. Or yeah, it's Easter. Yeah, it's summer holidays and shit like that. But in reality, it's a learning curve, and it's an actual learning curve. And it's kind of like, I don't think uni really teaches that much anyway in terms of what actually happens properly in the real world. And it's kind of mostly a thing where you have to just kind of go experience it yourself and find out. I mean, I could tell you some stuff as well, but also it goes down to yourself as well. Like, I could tell you all you need to know, but in reality, I'm still learning myself as well. So I think it's mostly where you're going to have to go experience it yourself to actually start relating, because some of you guys who watch this might be out of uni or anything like that. So you know, you guys can drop down the comments below what you guys have experienced or anything like that. I really want to know that, just to see other people's perspectives and opinions. But as I said, going back to what I'm saying is that, like, the real world is just like, it's a mad thing, man. And I'm not going to fearmonger you guys. I'm not saying the real world proper bad. I wouldn't say how the education is proper bad. It's not. As long as you have your shit together, and you have a clear plan, it's not terrible. But I think if it's only terrible to someone that's kind of going to thinking someone's going to save them, you know, you're not really important and you can slack off and stuff like that, then it's going to affect you. Because in reality, it's good. Life is just going to kick you down. It is going to kick you down because there's no one to support you except for your family and parents. But you don't have someone there to do it. And it's harder to make friends too, which I always talk about. It's way more difficult to make friends, you know, when you're not in the education system, because you're not in a bubble. You have to actually go out and be extroverted a little bit. You have to go out. I'm not saying in uni you have to be extroverted. You have to be extroverted too. But the level of it is way more bigger in the real world compared to what it is in education system, in college, uni, even school as well. And it can be lonely, and you're mostly lonely as well. I'm gonna be honest, you're mostly lonely. Like, for me as well, the past since I finished college, like, I've been, obviously, like, I'm not saying I have friends, but I'm saying that, like, you have a period where you're just by yourself. You're lonely, you're not really going out as much because, you know, you're working, you're busy, you're trying to grind, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. And mentally, it does affect you. I mean, it definitely affected me at the start. It does affect me at the start, but then I think you just get used to it because, you know, you're thinking, oh, the real world's sunshine and rainbow. You just, you know, when they teach you school, go get a job, get married, get kids, and then, yeah, kind of repeat the cycle. But no one talks about the lonely stage, and no one talks about what the actual real world is as well. And I feel a lot of unis should be teaching this shit as well. But unfortunately, you know, this is how it is. Like, I don't know if the uni just even does it, or they even not bothered to do it, or just how it is. Whoever created it, they need to actually implement what the real world is. Like, they maybe do segments of shit of what it is, but in reality, most of the time they don't do that. You know what I mean? Most of the time they don't actually do that. So I just want to make it clear. I just want to make my stances that you know, the real world doesn't actually start until you're out the education system. And I think when you're in the education system, I think you can still grow. I'm not saying you can't still grow, but I think the growth and the actual experience that you're going to get in the education system is not going to be the same when you're actually out there working and grafting. Because then again, you're going to compete with majority of the people, because majority of people are not in the education. Actually, I'm lying. I don't know. The majority of people are not in the education system, because the majority of people wouldn't be. No, I'm trying to think this out. Yeah, I'm sure majority of people wouldn't be in the education system. I'm sure majority of people have a 9 to 5 and then just working, and, you know, they're trying to make it in life. So you're going to compete with those type of people. So it's up to you what you want to do. You might have the mentality in uni where you can go mess around, fuck around, you know, hop around these, you know, partying and shit like that, which is fine. I'm not saying don't do it, but also just be aware, like, you know, it's not the same like in uni. You can't get away with it. You just can't get away with it. So whatever happens to you, whatever consequence you do, whatever decision you do, if you get a consequence for it, it is what it is, man. But that's just a quick video on the Cinema ROMZ Talks. If you do enjoy these videos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do that good stuff. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Peace.